It's time to lock in because you're going to want to watch this video. Yesterday I did 200 units of Dehantox, and today I'm going to share with you where I placed and why. I'm going to do a full mapping for you so you can understand regions where you'd want to place and regions where you wouldn't want to place, as well as areas that I like to place for myself. Remember, my face is not your face. Where I place might not work for you. And I am not a medical provider, and this is for entertainment and insight and education only. Yeah. Again, I am not your doctor, but I love to share what I do, and I hope it inspires you. Also, and I know this will happen, I will see comments in the comment section all about where do I source. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't pay attention for the first minute of this video, what I do is not for you. I share with intelligent, empowered people who can navigate. So with that in mind, if you look in the description box, there will be a blog post. You should go there if you have those questions. Again, don't comment where do I source in the comments. I will block you. So with that said, and if you don't want to miss another one of my videos, make sure to like and subscribe and smash that notification bell because you never know if you'll find my videos again. Really quick, it's been less than 12 hours since I did the 200 units inside my Skin and Wellness app. If you want to see that demo, then you know where to go, down to the description box. I did not give myself any bruises, and I probably did about 50 injections, which is amazing. I am just like you. Years ago, I decided to start sourcing and finding information online for myself. Yes, I had been to med spas for years. Yes, I had spent thousands of dollars, and I'm not against going to medical professionals because I think that they have their place and I value their expertise for sure. But what I've found is that I've been able to achieve great results myself at home on a budget under $1 a unit and on my own time frame. So I don't have to make appointments and then stress and reschedule because I have 4 kids, and managing med spa appointments with everything else is just a nightmare. Plus the fees, you guys, they're just so out of control these days. The people in the United States are completely taken advantage of by the pharmaceutical companies. Also, if you're male, just know that you might need more units than I do as a female. And inside our app, we have men who share how to do this as well, and they share about more units in certain areas for you. I'll also be sharing some areas that you might not know you could place Toxin in. A quick side note, I'm not sure how long Dehantox will take to basically uptake and flatten all the wrinkles. With Dehantox, it usually is a 3-day uptake for me, so we'll see with Dehantox. In my stories, I am sharing day by day as the toxin takes effect. So go check those out, and I'll see you guys on Instagram for the day-by-day recovery. All right, lock in, here we go. This video is for educational purposes only. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1. Allowance is made for the fair use of purpose such as criticism, co-news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel are meant for educational and entertainment purposes to help other women and men. There is an attack on true, helpful information from genuine sources. Please help me combat this attack by sharing this video with as many of your friends as possible. I apologize that every video needs to include this disclaimer as my videos are marked for adults. Unfortunately, this is our current landscape, and I appreciate your understanding and support. Today, I'm sharing an overview of Dehantox, a newly KFDA-approved toxin that's creating a lot of buzz. So I'm going to be mapping for you how I place 200 units of Dehantox. My map might not work for your face. I'm just sharing with you what I plan to do. This is a box of 200 units of Dehantox. It's a freeze-dried botulinum toxin type A that comes in powder form and requires reconstitution. Unlike some other toxins, it's albumin-free, and instead it's stabilized with dextran, sucrose, and L-histidine. It also includes peptides, which are being studied for their potential in skin benefits besides just wrinkle reduction. Early clinical data and users report that this lasts longer than other toxins on the market, supposedly up to 7 months. Because it's newly approved by the KFDA, it's generating a lot of interest as a next generation option in the aesthetics field. So in this video, I'm going to be mapping out my face for 200 units of Dehantox. Again, this is just for information and educational purposes, and I will not be doing any injections. I only share that side of things inside my Skin and Wellness app. Think of this video as a way to understand dosage distribution and how 200 units of Dehantox can be scattered throughout your face and neck area. So my personal mapping has changed over the years as more information continues to grow in this field of using toxin in the face. I have the original book, A Practical Guide to Botulinum Toxin Procedures. And although this book offers a lot of insight, it's also pretty outdated when it comes to new and optimal placement for toxins. Here's a heads up. The last time I placed toxin in my face was April 7th, 2025. And that's when I utilized the Russian technique. And here on YouTube, I have a video where I shared how I map for the Russian technique for a more lifted and snatched look. Today is September 15th, 2025, and I'll be incorporating a lot of those same ideas into my mapping today. I also have some new placement ideas. I also want to make this really clear. If you want the lifted brow look, you can't also have a frozen frontalis. So you need to decide. But for me, I find that having the open eye is better than the few action lines that I'll get on my frontalis. And also, as you use a lot of toxin, and if you're always frozen in your frontalis, that muscle does atrophy because it's not being worked. And so what ends up happening is you get a very thin forehead. And I've experienced that myself, which is why I've been very selective during the last 2 years of when I place toxin, because I want my frontalis to actuate more and grow back. Okay, so let's jump into the mapping. Oh, and this is what my face is looking like today. First, make sure your skin is clean. No moisturizer, as this will make marking your face more difficult. Second, I like using dry erase markers as they show up and are easy to remove if you need to adjust. I'll be using a black marker to do the lines on my face. I'll be using the red marker for 5-unit placement. I'll be using the blue marker for 2.5 unit placement. And I'll be using green for 1.25 units. For the vertical center line, we will begin by making a vertical line down the center of my face. For the brow arch horizontal line, next we will make a horizontal line across the forehead at the top of your brow arch. For vertical eye lines, I will then draw vertical lines up my forehead from the inside of my brow, then the arch of my brow, and then the lateral edge of my eye. For the second horizontal line, next measure up 2 millimeters from the horizontal brow arch line. Draw another horizontal line. You do not need toxin in this area. For the hairline Cupid's bow, we will then raise our brows and make the middle hairline Cupid's bow, which you can typically see. You don't need toxin here either, as the frontalis is not there. For the first diagonal line, I make a diagonal line from my nose through the center of my pupil towards my hairline. For the second diagonal line, I also make a diagonal line from my nose towards the outside of my eye towards my hairline. For the center eye line, next I make a horizontal line from the outside of my eye to the hairline, and I continue this horizontal line across the bridge of my nose. For the nose, from the horizontal mid-eye line marking, I measure 2 millimeters down the bridge of my nose. From this line, I measure 1 millimeter laterally and mark. For my lips, I measure 1 millimeter from the center line of my face outward and mark. Then from this mark, I measure another 1 millimeter distance laterally along my lip line and mark. For the diagonal lip to earlobe line, then I mark a diagonal line from the corner of my mouth to the bottom of my earlobe to create the Dow's safety zone. I next make a vertical line from the corner of my lip down towards my chin. Then I measure 2 millimeters from this line laterally and make a diagonal line from the lip corner to this spot. For the jawline, I feel where my large masseter muscle is, and I make a vertical line from the diagonal earlobe line down towards my jaw. I don't place toxin in my masseter as I don't want my jowls to drop any further, and your masseter gives a lot of support to your jawline. I'm a grinder, and instead of treating my mouth issue in this way, I prefer to wear mouth guards every night. For my chin, I measure 2 millimeters from the center line of my face and make a horizontal line. I then measure 2 millimeters vertically towards the bottom of my lip. I connect these markings into a box. I then make 2 diagonal lines from the center of the top of the box to the bottom of this box, creating a triangle. For my neck, I accentuate my platysmal bands. I have 2 very strong ones in the front and 2 secondary lateral ones. I mark these. And by the way, the last time I placed toxin in my platysmal bands was on September 9th, 2024. So it's been over a year, and you can see how strong they pull. These bands pull down your face as they wrap up around your jawline. Okay, so now that I have like safety zones and angles marked out in my face, we can start placing the 200 units of Dehantox where I think I need them. A 200 unit vial of Dehantox reconstituted with 4 mils of saline will provide 5 units of toxin per every 10 mark on an insulin syringe. Whether you use a 1 mil syringe or a 0.3 mil syringe, in today's in-app live session, I will be using the smaller 0.3 mil syringe, so it's easier to see the 5 and the 10 mark lines. This is because I will be using a variety of 5 units, 2.5 units, and 1.25 units. So at a 10, that's 5 units. At the 0.5, that's 2.5 units. And then at the 2.5, that's 1.25 units. It's definitely easier to see with these smaller ones. Remember, we're using blue for the 2.5 units. I begin at the top of my forehead, marking high along my hairline, 1 millimeter from the edge of the arch line towards the side of my face. This will give me 4 spots, and each spot will get 2.5 units. Then I move to the next horizontal line on my forehead. I have intersections, and at the far lateral intersection, I mark. Then I mark at the inner eyebrow intersection on each side. These are each 2.5 units. Moving up, I measure 2 millimeters up on the center pupil line from the second forehead horizontal line. This is where I will place 5 units. For the temporal muscle, I will follow the horizontal eyebrow line and mark 2 millimeters inside my hairline. I will place 5 units here. For the corrugators, I place 5 units where the center of my face and eyebrow lines intersect. Then I measure down 2 millimeters from this point and make another marking for an additional 5 units. Next, I find the intersection of the inner eye vertical line and the brow line and mark for 5 units. I measure over from this mark 1.5 millimeters and mark it for another 2.5 units. I will also make markings below the inner corner of my eyebrow, and this spot will be 2.5 units. To open up my eye, I'm trying something new and will mark at the center of my eyelid for 2.5 units. For the brow lift, I mark laterally of the mid-pupil line, 1 millimeter, and then another millimeter, and these points will each get 2.5 units. For crow's feet, I mark 1 millimeter from the tail, and then another 1 millimeter from this point, staying 2 millimeters from my eye, and these will each get 2.5 units. I also mark another 1 millimeter down from that mid-eye line, again staying 2 millimeters from my eye, and I will place another 2.5 units. For the bunny nose lines, we've already found these markings. Basically, I measured 1 millimeter down from the mid-eye line, and then from there I measured 1 millimeter laterally on each side, and I marked 2.5 units. For the lip line, I marked 4 spots at each point. I placed 1.25 units at the lip line, and we already marked these originally when we were mapping out our face. For the DAO, I measure 1 millimeter laterally from the corner of my mouth and then 1 millimeter down, and I mark for 2.5 units. From this mark, I measure 2 millimeters down and mark for 5 units. For my chin, I mark 3 spots at the intersections of the triangle, and I place 2.5 units at each of these points. Along my jawline, I measure 3 millimeters from the lower DAO spot and place 5 units. Then I measure 1.5 millimeters from that initial point and then measure 2 millimeters down, and I place 5 units below the jawline. The last jawline marking I locate by measuring 1.5 millimeters past the second jawline, and then down 2 millimeters below the jawline and mark for another 5 units. Last, for my neck, returning to the platysmal band area, I measure 2 millimeters down each band and mark 3 points on each line, and each spot will be receiving 2.5 units. All right, this is a total of 200 units of Dehantox. Again, please remember that this video is not a tutorial or a how-to. It's simply sharing information about what Dehantox is and how units can be marked in theory. Never attempt injectables on your own without medical training. I hope this video was educational, informative, and insightful. I offer a lot of sources for you, including the app and the blog. So if you have questions, please go to the sources that I've created for you. I have years of deep content for you inside the app and on my website. I do my best to give you very detailed explanations, pictures, photos, and of course, sourcing. So I hope you appreciate that, and I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, you guys, so this is the next morning after I did those 200 units of Dehantox. You can see that I did not give myself any bruises, even though I did 200 units, which was like, I don't know, 50 injections. So I think it worked out really well. We will see. It's still not obviously taken its full uptake. I'm not sure how this will compare to Dehantox, which for me is a 3-day uptake. We will see. I can already tell that where I placed along the hairline has really settled down because I had a lot of hairline ripples up there. And what else am I noticing? Yeah, the corrugators are still contracting. So we will see. It definitely feels like I can see it penetrating and taking effect there, but I'm not sure on the other areas when it will take effect, but I'll keep you guys posted. Here's morning 2 after doing all that Dehantox. So let's check my face. So the forehead is definitely taking up high. I did keep a lot of my toxin high because I wanted the brow lift, but I think I'm gonna have to go back in and do some more on this lateral side to help reduce the rainbow lines I get, because like I explained, you can't really have a frozen frontalis and the brow lift, but everything else looks like it's taking pretty well. My platysmals are laying down more than they were. They used to like come out much further. I wasn't able to put as much toxin there as I would have preferred just because I was spreading it out so
so many places. But I do have another box of 100 units, so I might whip that up next week and do some more touch-ups in my neck, and then definitely up here to reduce the rainbow lines that I get above my forehead or above my eyebrows, because I do have a strong pull.